why testosterone replacement therapy, TRT, human chorionic gonadotropin HCG and Proviron mesterolone might not work for post-SSRI sexual dysfunction PSSD or post-Finasteride syndrome PFS. Okay, so let's break this down systematically. Okay, so generally working with many clients also dealing with these issues. Okay, so I was also dealing with the same issues. Okay, so the big problem is the protocol itself. Okay, so I really don't understand why doctors are recommending such a protocols, and also many guys, they see some videos, okay, like mine. I am also not doctor. Okay, this is not medical information. Okay, so but I know a lot about these kind of things, but always confirm from several sides, okay, if this information is true or not. Okay, ChatGPT is probably not the best choice, guys. Okay, so why TRT, HCG and Proviron fail in PSSD PFS? Okay, so we know that PSSD and PFS share symptoms like sexual dysfunction, anhedonia, low libido, and we have also androgen focused treatments for this. Okay, so generally the problem is androgen receptors, okay, or at least a hypothesis, okay, of silence or overexpress androgen receptors. Okay, and there is also another thing, definitely big thing, 5-alpha reductase enzyme. Okay, so the blockage of this enzyme, I think, is made differently in PSSD compared to PFS. Okay, so probably on different levels. Okay, so if you are using dutasteride, you are like killing almost all 5-alpha reductase activity in your body, like 80% and more. Okay, so there are also guys that are combining finasteride with dutasteride. Okay, so and on top of that, they are also taking SSRIs. Okay, so why it fails? Okay, 5-alpha reductase down regulation. Okay, in PFS and also PSSD, 5-alpha reductase, okay, is inhibited by finasteride effect. Okay, so possibly epigenetic silencing, we don't know the whole mechanism. Okay, so there is also neurosteroid depletion because of that. Okay, so TRT floods the body with testosterone. Okay, but if 5-alpha reductase is not working properly, is crippled, DHT stay low. Okay, so there are many studies that are showing that despite high testosterone, many of these guys have low DHT. Okay, so guys, if you have DHT like 50 and less, you definitely have a problem. And many guys that telling me that they don't see any side effect from finasteride and so on, they had low DHT even before. Okay, so the guys that recover fast, these are the guys that they had really high androgens, especially DHT at the beginning, and even they have high IGF-1. So this is from my experience working with client. Okay, so if you want to find more, you will find a link in the description. Okay, so another thing is, okay, many doctors, they are not aware of this estradiol spike. Okay, there are a few exceptions. Okay, because there are a few guys, but this is really low percentage. Okay, PSSD, PFS, that have low estradiol. Okay, and I think this guy, when you give them TRT or HCG, okay, so they will benefit from it. Okay, so because if you have estradiol like 15, you are definitely not in a good place. Even things like 17, some guys, they need a little bit more. Okay, so I am also the guy that need a little bit more estradiol. Okay, so I know that over 35 is not good for me. Okay, but I tend to like the higher level of estradiol. Okay, so for me, the lower estradiol is not as good. Okay, so Excess testosterone aromatized to estradiol, and like I told you already, okay, high E2, higher than 40 pg per milliliter, suppress libido and androgen receptor sensitivity in some men, okay, so, and this is blunting the testosterone replacement therapy benefits, okay, so also for erection, so everything, but there are studies, okay, everything about 35 can contribute to ED, and especially estradiol can cause this one condition, vascular leakage, okay, so also in PSSD it can even worsen the serotonin dysregulation, okay, so you have again 5-HT1A overstimulation. If someone will tell you that PSSD is only androgen issue, they don't know the things, okay, so receptor issue, okay, so like I already told you, androgen receptors silencing or overexpression, okay, so may blunt testosterone effects, okay, even with high levels. And honestly, for neurosteroids, all these kind of things, we need DHT, okay, DHT. HCG, okay, so it not only mimics LH, because some guys with PFS or PSSD, they have really low LH, okay, so it can help you like boost LH, that's the one thing. Also, HCG in some guys can also stimulate 5-alpha reductase activity. The problem with HCG is that in many guys it boosts estradiol like crazy, okay, so, and I'm talking like crazy is like 60 to 100 pg per milliliter, okay, so it's really high number, okay, and if you have a number like this, you will still have erectile dysfunction, okay, you will have ED, because you also need to have all hormones in certain ranges, okay, so the probably the only one hormone I think really doesn't need the lowest range is prolactin, okay, but also prolactin in PFS or PSSD, everything about 7 is worsening the situation, okay, because like I said, it's also blocking 5-alpha reductase enzyme, okay. Again, 5-alpha reductase bottleneck, okay, HCG increases testosterone, okay, so, but if 5-alpha reductase activity is low, okay, then DHT production stalls, okay, so there was also 2020 case series study, okay, and like HCG, okay, in, from my perspective, high doses like 1000 IUs twice per week raise testosterone, but not DHT in PFS patient, okay. The problem is with 5-alpha reductase enzyme, but there are ways how to boost 5-alpha reductase enzyme, okay, guys. So I did the same for myself, okay, so you also need to support NADPH, and there are also really great herbs that help boost 5-alpha reductase enzyme, okay. Even you can try it even with, for example, HCG or TRT, okay. I had guys on TRT and also using some herbs, okay. So some herbs can be also some of these aphrodisiac herbs can also increase noradrenaline, okay, that is really great for libido, okay. So also if you have low 5-alpha reductase activity, even if you use HCG, yeah, you can increase neurosteroids, yes, you can, but you need 5-alpha reductase enzyme, okay. So this is also for other metabolites of DHT, okay, so we need 3-alpha HSD, 5-alpha reductase enzyme, okay, and also the other metabolites of DHT are crucial for our mood, okay, if we are suffering from PFS or PSSD, okay, and if this is not working, you can really boost all androgen as much as you can. So you always need to support 5-alpha reductase activity, and check balance of your estradiol, okay? Proviron, okay, so yeah, I took Proviron and it did nothing for me, okay? What can be the problem, okay? So the biggest problem is especially for guys with low estradiol, okay, and low SHBG, okay? So, and on top of that, they just use solo DHT therapy, okay? It doesn't work like that because first of all, you will crush SHBG and you will also crush estradiol, okay? So solo therapy might be helpful only with guys, for example, that have higher SHBG, higher level of estradiol. Normally that's a normal circle that, for example, if you have low DHT pool, you will create a much higher estrogen pool. And for these guys, this can be beneficial, but monotherapy is not the best, okay, even with Proviron. Low doses, and if you properly check the values, maybe okay for sometimes, okay, so, but you really need to check, you need to get on, get off, okay, so probably you can do it together with HCG, low dose HCG, okay, just to have some testosterone, okay, so in many guys recently, okay, there are some things about injectable DHT, but you need to pair it with estradiol, okay, so you also with estrogen, okay, so you also need to add estrogen to the stack, okay, in order to see the effect, okay, but it can be also helpful for a guy with normal estradiol if you do the proper dose, okay, so, or maybe you, like I said, you can just use also HCG together with, for example, even from injectable DHT. The problem is many of us, we have no access to things like this, okay, so generally Proviron or supporting 5-alpha reductase activity can help, okay, it's a long run, okay, it's not a 1 month fix, okay, it's a long run, but it's working. I have many clients that have great results, okay, some earlier, some later on, okay. Also for myself, it took me like, I think 12 months, okay, to fix the things, okay. So many guys after 1 month or 2 months, yeah, I don't see any results or something like that. You need to stick to the protocol, okay. So you need to be healthy, you need to lower inflammation, okay, to really start to be again the healthy person. Because why most guys are using finasteride, dutasteride and all these kind of things? Because they are not healthy, because they have low IGF-1 level. If your IGF-1 level would be in proper range, you don't have the problem, okay? With IGF, you will have hair growth, okay? So yesterday I have visited my mother and I see the old photo of me. I was like 24. The whole side here was without hair, okay? So, and if you take a look right now, okay, there is a hair, okay, but I have over the years, okay, so I have really balanced IGF-1 and all these on all these hormones, okay. I also keep my inflammation low. I try to look at what I eat, okay, supplementation and so on, okay. Being healthy is also one step to 100% healing, okay. So yeah, like I said, Proviron in higher doses, okay, if your SHBG is already low, E2 is low, you will crush SHBG, estradiol, okay. So and especially, okay, I have many guys, okay, they don't listen to me, okay. I tell them, okay, so only use so much of Proviron. No, I have seen somewhere else that I can use such a volume, okay. So yeah, they try, they crash everything, they also desensitize androgen receptors, and they come back to me and ask again, yeah, what can I do right now, okay. So guys, always start low, okay. So many coaches, I don't like this strategy, they just do huge dosage of androgens to restart everything. I don't think it's a good idea, okay? So especially if your enzyme is not working, like 5-alpha reductase enzyme is not working, what will you achieve? Okay, nothing, okay? So yeah, okay, so that's it, why it is not working. And also androgen receptors are missing link, okay? So it's a theory, okay, that not only theory, but there are some autopsies showed higher expression in penile tissue and brain, okay? So, and this is only compensatory response to low DHT, okay? So naturally increasing DHT 5-alpha reductase enzyme will help over the time, okay? So blasting your body with exogenous androgens and huge doses, okay, like the other client, 2,500 IUs per week of HCG, incredibly high estradiol and issues, okay? So, of course, yeah? So, this is not way how you should do it, okay? So you need to have proper protocol, you need to do proper blood tests, okay, guys? I really, I don't get it, okay? How you can start TRT, HCG, without doing proper blood test, okay, to see if it's really suitable for you, okay? Why should guy that have like 700 or 900 nanogram per deciliter testosterone and maybe like 100 DHT, why this guy should be on TRT, yeah? There are probably other issues, okay, like maybe silence androgen receptors or something like that, okay? So, or in SSRIs, 5-HT1A 2A imbalance, okay? So yeah, also if you fix androgen receptors, then you will also start to see benefits from, for example, DHT, okay? So if you don't see benefits from DHT, okay, so you will probably have problem with also with androgen receptor signaling, okay? I was already talking about AKG, okay, there is ALCAR, okay, there are many things that can help with that, okay? So let me know what you think, okay? So, and if you like this video, give a like and comment for algorithm. Bye guys.